Yes, yes.
Thank you. I see 8 of us in. I think we can begin straight away. So I'm grateful again for this morning, and I welcome every one of you. I hope you had a lovely night, and the morning is well there. Over here, there's sunshine. As Malai would say, you need some sunshine, let me know. I can share some. So quickly, straight away to today's topic, I would want to share something here. Okay, good. I hope you can see my screen. So today I want us to talk about building self-awareness and trust. These sessions about mindset is a positive session for us. So today I want us to talk about teamwork here and building self-awareness and trust. So before we continue, I want us to define first what is self-awareness and understand what is trust. So we could say self-awareness is that ability to focus on yourself and how your actions, your thoughts, and emotions do align with your internal standards. Now, that is about yourself. The reason I'm attaching with the word trust is this. Trust is that firm belief or reliability of the truth or that ability of someone, that ability on someone or something. First, for you to be able to trust, you've heard people saying, I've got some trust issues with you. It's because of the kind of relation that you have with that person. So today we are here to build the self-awareness, and we are here also to build what is called trust. So how do we do this? So for us to do this, there are a number of tools that have been recommended by quite a number of people, and that can help us to better the self-awareness of our conscious and also the unconscious biases. And today I want to focus on, those things that we are able to know and those things that we are not able to know. So, and that's why today there's a certain tool that I want to talk about today, which is called Johari Window, which is a framework that helps us to build the self-awareness here. So, but before I would go that, before I show you the tool, I would want to ask a question. You can keep the answer for yourself, but we know the ultimate answer. That have you ever been part of a team whose members were all open and honest with one another? Just think about that team in your mind. Now, if so, you obviously know that the chances are that you worked extremely effectively together, and you and your colleagues were likely to knew everyone's strength and weaknesses, and know you enjoyed what is called the levels of trust. So you obviously know that such a positive working environment really helped the company to perform, or really helped the team to perform. And that's why as a team, like here in Moracle, everyone should build what is called the self-awareness, and we need to build that trust within ourselves. So today, I came across something that is very interesting that I want to share here. It's called Johari's Window. It's very interesting here. It's a tool that has that is split into 4 quadrants, and the first quadrant is what is called the open area, and then we have the blind area, we have the hidden area, and then we have the unknown area. For us to work as a team, we need to build trust. We need to build trust. And I want us this morning to build trust within ourselves so that we are able to continue or work as a team. So I know probably maybe you've come across this thing, but I want to share again here. So what does every quadrant signify here? So we begin with the first quadrant here. The first quadrant is what is called the open area. The open area is that, first, before I talk about that, for a good team to work effectively, they supposed to be there has to be feedback. There has to be communication within the team. There has to be that contribution within the team. So now let's look at this. We have the first quadrant here, which is called the open area. So they say that Johari window helps you to develop a better self-awareness of your conscience and also the unconscious biases. So here, the open area here, these are the things that you know about yourself and that others also know about you. For example, the behavior. For example, maybe knowledge and skills. Like we all know that we are all accountants here, we are doing ACCA and stuff like that. Like also the attitude, maybe you interact with people, and also maybe the public history. Now, hold on there. We have another part. Just assume the arrows first so that we're able to connect when I'm done doing that. But the open area here, it is said that the more people know more about themselves and one another, then the more productive and cooperative the team is going to be. That is, the more this area is big, the more people know about you, the more you know about your team, the more effectively you are going to handle yourself and be effective in terms of working as a team. But we have a second place here, which is called the blind area. The blind area here is, I would liken this to a blind person. A blind person doesn't see where he's going, but the rest of the people are able to see this person. So these are areas that represent the things about yourself that you are not aware about, but others know about you. For example, sometimes you don't know that you have anger issues, or sometimes these are things that you might not really know that you have anger issues unless someone tells you, hey, you need to reduce your anger. So when this area is very small, it indicates that you are, when this area is very small, it indicates that you are aware of how behaviors, it indicates that you are aware of how behaviors affect other people. Whereas when this area is big, then, or when this area is large, it indicates that you are not aware of how your behaviors affect other people. So we say that we also need to reduce this side. No, we are saying you need to be cautious about what is happening also outside there. So and what is happening within yourself, because here we say no one can walk in a dark place alone. You cannot walk in the dark area. And then we have the hidden area. Now the hidden area, people say, I have a grave secret. You don't want to tell anybody anything about it. Yeah, well and good. There's some natural things about yourself is not a must to talk about. But here comes when we are a team. Now, working as a team, if there's anything that we need to know concerning you when we are working as a team, we say here, do not hide that, because it's going to help us to work effectively. Okay, we say you need to open up. So again, we say here, when this area becomes large, we say there's a lot that you're hiding. You're not open. There are people who are they just say that's my nature. I don't talk a lot. But when it comes to workplace, when it comes to teamwork, if there's anything that we need to know about you, you need to open up, okay? That is going to, create trust within the team, because I will know how to handle you. So again, we say here, we need to reduce this point to be a smaller point. And then we have the most interesting part here, which is called the unknown area. Now, unknown area, these are things that now first, before we talk about the unknown area here, the hidden area, it means I've said you know about yourself, but nobody knows about it. Now, unknown area, when we talk about the unknown area here, you don't know about it, and nobody knows about it. Nobody knows what is happening. Now, these are things like when I was reading about this, I thought about, if you ever watched this movie of Spider-Man, all of a sudden he realized that he had some powers. He didn't know and no one knew about it, but he just did some self-discovery. And that's why you see that arrow here. So we say here, you need to be open, you need to be more contributing so that you are able to do self-discovery. And I was saying, you need to play as a team member, contribute to the team. Who knows? You need to open up. Who knows? Maybe you are the next Superman, or maybe you are the next Spider-Man, or maybe you are the next Ant-Boy here. So we say here, now, for you to be able, we are saying that an ideal Johari window, this open area needs to be open, so much big. and these other areas needs to be reduced. Are we together there? So we say for you to reduce this area, there has to be feedback. When you give feedback here, remember the blind area was an area whereby you're working as blind alone. Other people, you need to accept other people giving you feedback, accept interacting with other people. And then you have the hidden area. Hidden area means you need to talk out, you need to speak out. The blind area means you need to receive from other people, accept the critics from other people so that you can grow. And then the unknown area here, you need to open up, continue to open up, continue to make observation, continue to share discoveries, continue to do some self-discoveries. In one way or another, you'll find that you just reveal your superpowers. So quickly, finally, and that is how an ideal Johari window is. So this morning here, we are saying that you need to create what is called or build what is called self-awareness, and you need to build what is called trust, because that is what will enhance the teamwork. Okay. Now, this thing about Johari window is something that is quite huge on how to carry out the Johari window. And I would attach with something else, that when you interact with your peers, your colleagues, your seniors, you'd also do what is called self-evaluation. So basically, what helps a team to work well, or what helps you to work well within the team, is when you do what is called your self-evaluation. So this morning, can we do a self-evaluation about ourselves? Determine what are your open area, determine how large your blind area is, determine how large your hidden area is, and determine how large your unknown area is. But I would say that as a team, I want us to have an open mind when it comes to us working as a team, and let us have the open area to be large. So at this juncture, I want to welcome contributions on our today's topic. Thank you. Yes. Anyone? Anyone who would want to contribute? Sharing so that I can see the screen. Yes. Or in their hidden area right now. I would assume we are all now in the hidden area that without.
Yes, Kelvin, I would like to.
Yes, more line. Yes, line.
Well, actually, I would like to.
Thank you.
To throw light on the area of self-awareness, right? And I believe to be self-aware about yourself, I think it is advisable for us to know our strength and knowing our weakness, because in life or in a professional world, it is good to be aware of ourselves, right? I mean, in your quiet moment, just try to figure out areas where you think you are doing well, right? And also try to figure out areas which you think you are not doing that well. I mean, which will be supported by feedback from people, right? From your colleagues, work colleagues, yeah, by feedback you are getting from them. Then if you are aware of yourself, and if you have that self-awareness, you will be able, to perform well within the organization. And by your performance in the organization, the way you interact, the way you carry on with your work, obviously, your interaction will create, that would create opportunity for people, to know you better within an organization. And the more you interact and the more people know you better, alongside you knowing people better, you'll be able to, create that trust. Yeah. And in building that trust, will help you become productive, and it will help your organization or the organization you're working, go from strength to strength. Yeah. But what I have realized in some cases, most people are not like succumbing or accepting. So for some people, it's like when they give them feedback about their weaknesses, especially from work colleagues, some people tend not to be happy with that. And these things help people to grow professionally, to be honest. Because if you are an ill-tempered person, if you are not a patient person, yet somebody tell you that, oh, why you are so, aggrieved whenever they say something about you, then if you want to grow professionally, right, you will just try to improve on those areas, right? Hence, it's like people are doing it genuinely, right? Like telling you your weaknesses, giving you feedback about your performance, your behavior, and like genuinely. It is good as a professional to reflect on those issues in your quiet moment and say, oh, yes. If people give you feedback about your weaknesses, some of your weaknesses, genuinely enough, you have conscience. When you sit in your quiet time, you'll be able to figure out and say, oh, yes, this is true. In this area, this is the way I actually behave. In fact, not only my workmates have noticed this one, even my family, my siblings, I've noticed that, oh, in this area, I tend not to listen. I tend to be ill-tempered. I tend to be quarrelsome. I mean, but as a professional, any human being generally, we need to be open up, right? And accept our weaknesses. Polish or rebranding, improving in our strength. So at the end of the day, by so doing, you will be able to, build up that trust, because already you have like acquired a lot of information about yourself, and you will be confident to try your level best in whatever you are doing. Because anywhere you go, you already know. You already have the confidence of self-awareness. Yeah, this is what I would like to say.
Thank you so much, Molai, for that contribution on that. I like the aspect when you talk about knowing your strengths and weaknesses. To achieve this self-awareness, you really need to do a serious self-evaluation. Thank you for that. And I appreciate the fact that when you say you need to, the moment you understand these strengths and weakness, you are able to polish up on your strengths, and you're able also to reduce on your weaknesses there. And ultimately, it's true. It's going to help you integrate well with the team. But when you avoid realizing that self-awareness, it's going to disintegrate you with the team. Thank you so much, Malai. Let me have someone else kindly. Someone else would want to contribute? Let's open up. Yes,
Hi,
Sukesh. Hi, Sukesh.
hi. Good morning.
Good morning to you.
Yeah, coming to this topic, building self-awareness and trust. First thing I want to add is like building self-awareness is like knowing yourself well, like we can say like deeply. Um, the thing is, we may behave in different ways. Like sometimes we may not tend to work well, and the thing is like if you know yourself well and if you know yourself well, you can also improve. I can say, like, you know, right, like where you'll be wrong and where you are correct, and like how you need to improve, I can say. Like, it's like knowing your mistakes and like strengths and weakness, as Kelvin said. Is, you can say, we can say, like, strengths and weakness. So the thing is, when you know yourself and when improve your self awareness, it's like knowing yourself well, and the people who are, like, who are seeing you may think that, like, yeah, he has these strengths and he has these weaknesses. So, like, people can judge at some point of time. They may not judge in the first case, but they may observe you. Like, people are not that bad. Definitely they are going to observe you seriously. Like, at some point of time, they may think that, like, yeah, for example, Kelvin is good at these things and Kelvin is good weak at these things. So they might judge you based on the way that you behave in the company, I can say. We As you're talking about as you're talking about company, so I might relate to this company. So people might judge at some point of time. So it's better to know, like, what are your strengths and what are your weakness in, like, what you can say, mm, the most efficient way, I can say. Sometimes, what you can say, we need people like who, like, we need people like who might give feedback. We can't ask we can't ask feedback to people, like everyone, right? So we need to ask feedback from the people whom you love, I can say. The thing is, whom you trust, I can say. Building trust is not a small thing, I can say, because building trust is like sharing information about yourself to them. So when you share the information, for example, I was sharing information to the people whom I trust. I guess I cannot share like information to everyone in the Moracle, right? So there are certain people whom I share even personal things also. So they might give some advices and they might say that they improve. Like, okay, you improve in these things, I will, so that you can be better in the future. So I would take advice from them. So these are the things which you might improve. And what I can say, when they give feedback, you can compare, like, okay, I'm bad at this, so I need to improve in this. I'm good at this, I need to improve more and more, and so that my future will be good. Like that, you should think. You should be able to think like that. So I want to conclude this. And building self-awareness is most important thing, like in the most important thing in your life, whether it could be corporate life or whether it could be personal life, I can say. So it's very, very important to know yourself and build trust in like, among people, I can say. Yeah, build trust among people, and have a good opinion from them. Yeah, this is very important in our lives. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much, Sukesh. Thank you so much, Sukesh. I like the fact that you say, you need to know yourself in that, because true, see, the better you know yourself, the better you are able to interact with other people. The better, I would say, a team is basically a good working team is basically, I can liken it to a well-tuned guitar. Because at every point of time when one string is plucked, even when you combine all the strings together, it gives a very good tune. So, and the teams, we rely, as a team, we rely so much on this self-awareness and trust, so that we can run or we can sound like a fine-tuned guitar. Thank you so much, Sukesh, for that. Maybe one last person before we call it a morning. One more person.
Good morning. Good morning, everyone.
Yes, Sylvia.
I would like to add something small about the topic. Thank you, Kelvin. I'll talk about the self-awareness and a little bit of trust. In the world we live in today, trust is actually built because most people portray a fake image or a fake personality. Like, we fear the unknown, and they come in with something to attract others, I can say, because they are not sure about how they will be seen out there. For example, the rich people we see, we do not know if they are rich. Once you hear that something has collapsed, you see, you will wonder, well, what happened with them. So this self-awareness, instead of us seeing ourselves honestly, we put on that fake image, the fake persona, so that we are judged by others that so and so is like this. We fear this judgment. We fear this, that, okay, this person is seen in this angle. So yeah, most people, like you say, the unknown, the blind area, we cannot know someone unless if we get to know them better. So that unknown part is left hidden. And trust as well with the different people we live in, like the colleagues you work with, the clients you work with. If you do not build that trust with them, if you do not present yourself to them, you can never build trust. You need to know each other better so that you can build on that trust. Yeah, thank you, Kelvin, for the topic.
Thank you so much, Sylvia. I pick the point that you're saying we need to be first true to ourselves. And when you are true to yourself, you are able to, interact well with other people, because something that is not, that's something that is fake. Over time, it's going to fade. But we need to build this trust. I know trust is not something that is earned within a day, but it's built over time. But what builds this trust over time? It is when we have that self-realization. That is something that is going to go far. So I just want to conclude this and say that when an organization builds trust within the employees, then through this developing self-awareness, it's going to improve the understanding and also the interpersonal relationship within the team or within the colleagues. So this is good, and I would share the link to that very nice tool of doing self-evaluation, so that you can also do some self-evaluation through that Johari window and do get to know yourself better and get to build your trust also within the team. So thank you so much for this chance. I don't know. I want to give to either Sepedi or Linda if we have some announcement. I'll share the link to my presentation today, or the link to the tool. Thank you so much, everyone. Have a good day. Yes, Linda.
Thank you, Kelvin. Thank you for leading today. It's a wonderful topic. Thank everyone who contributed. Yeah. So I just have a couple of announcements about our training today.